I thought both contestants did really good. I think I went into the night feeling the Cook was stronger, but I don't know. Archuleta did really well. I'm not usually a fan of that type of singing, but he did definitely kill it last night.
All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I've been enjoying making them. They're easy. They're screen capture. I don't have cameras and all this. It's just web and whatever, and I'm running Pro Tools out into my laptop on GarageBand, so the audio's nice. All right, so anyway, I'm kind of. This is this preset. It's like called this single coil, I guess, tri-axis. I think it's that Mesa Clean Out amp. This is a preset that came in the Austin Buddy Gold, Live Gold package that my buddy Rick suggested. And actually my buddy Robert Manganella, who I kind of grew up with, both suggested. So I got the preset kit, the package, installed it, and it's great. So we're on the Axe-Fx. Axe-Fx is cool. It's been a challenge to figure out if this is going to be cool, if it's going to work for me. But the truth is, yeah, Axe-Fx is cool. It sounds great. It's different than the Kemper. So it's having a Kemper and having an Axe-Fx 3 is not overlapping really. They do different things. I personally just love the Kemper for like basic rhythms. I just love some of the profiles. So, and that's not to say that I won't be able to get it with the Axe, but anyway. So here's the Austin Buddy Clean breakup, edge of breakup, whatever it is. I think I add a little delay to it, and I think that's it. And it's going through a pair of distressors. And this is a new Strat Professional 2 in position 2 between the pickup, center and bridge. Good Lord. Now there's a push on this guitar that now engages the neck pickup at the same time. So here's that. Sounds more hollow to me. It's cool. It's even funkier. So I'm sorry. I'm on the same position 2. So now I've got all 3 pickups going. And now I'm going to go to we'll take out of that. I'm going to go now to position 4 between the neck and the bridge. This is such a great guitar, man. And I had them. I took a bunch of gear down to Guitar Center that I was not using, a bunch of old guitars and a bunch of pedals, and I traded it for this, which is really what I wanted. And I have my old Strat here, so I'll fire this up. It also has the locking tuners, so you can get whammy heaven. This is the Strat that I grew up on. And this is a great Strat, but it's not really a Strat anymore. That's actually relicked from a relic, me. There's bite marks from trying to learn Yngwie solos. I remember trying to learn that first opening guitar part in the solo in I'll See the Light Tonight. I'm just being so frustrated. I didn't tune this one. I'll play this really quick. This has an old Floyd on it with a stop plate. Yeah. Sorry about that. If I think about it, maybe I'll cut this part out of the video. Yeah, maybe I should get a little bit back on slicker videos. I've got that Sony camera, man. I have not been using it. Alright, and this has Fralin Woodstock pickups in it. That has the stock V-mods, the Fender V-mod. So here's position 2 on this. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's louder, it's quackier too. It's more. That one has like a more elegant softness to it that I really actually like. This is more good for like. And here's position 4. One thing that's happening for making these videos is my playing is getting better. This thing sounds great too. It's heavy. It's heavy. Literally heavy. And then this has been I've considered it on the chopping block. I've had this guitar about 15 years. It had Lawler Specialties pickups in it, and you know, I don't know, I just grew tired of the sound of it. It's dark, it was heavy, more overdrive, they were hotter, and I just wanted it prettier. What I ended up doing after a lot of research, there was a set, because I was thinking, well, maybe I'll sell it and buy another, like a new telly, but I think, no, I don't want to, I don't want to spend the money, and I don't want 2 tellies. Having 2 Strats is one thing. I don't need 2 tellies. 1 telly is enough. What I ended up doing was getting a set of V-mods. This is the... and this is not like a comparison video, like where it's going to be edited and cool, where you can go back and forth. It's just to listen for fun. This is really more than anything is to hear how cool this patch is in Axe Effects. Yeah, so I got the V-mods. I grabbed a pair of V-mods and installed them myself. You can imagine that. And I tracked the guitar with the Lawlers, then I put the V-mods in, tracked it with the V-mods. I definitely like the V-mods. So here are the V-mod tellies. Sounds like Sanitarium with this. It's cool. This is like more musty, like darker, a little bit more. There's a different kind of thickness, and I think it's because the pickups are spaced further away on the Telecaster than the Strat. The phase between the like bridge and center pickup, those pickups are so close to each other. So I think it makes it more funky, and that sounds more like kind of fuller. All right, so this is a J Mascis. Great guitar. Beater, cheap, great guitar. The neck feels like a custom shop. I mean, and the pickups are like kind of a little kind of gacky. They're like, eh. But man, there's been so many times where we're trying to get a guitar thing going on in a song. Hold on. Scooter Page was out here, and we were trying to get this guitar thing, kind of a weird like melody against the vocal, and I was going through guitars, and I was, oh, it sounds cool. I was like, I don't know, it's this, and I picked that thing up, man, and the smile on his face, because that guitar has a girk to it that's just cool and different. I didn't tune this. I haven't tuned all of these, I'm sorry. But this is my other P90 guitar. This is a cool guitar. This is a Peavey Forenza. This thing almost feels like an EVH. It's got that kind of Kramer, like, I don't know, there's something about the way that the fretboard, it feels, yeah, I don't know what it is with this, but it feels like, almost feels like a Kramer Beretta or like an EVH or something. And this is all stock with, everything's got 10s on it. And let's see if I can get this happening. Alright. I should have tuned this. You get into these things and you realize, oh, let me grab that guitar. Alright, so this is a Peavey Forenza. This was gifted to me by my buddy, Rob Chandler. Going at center position, same sound. A little more gain, it's pushing the amp. I could back the gain up. This is really sounds, I've only had this thing about 2 months. I've used it a few times, but yeah, this thing is crazy, and the like, it's almost like the bridge is sunken into the body. Very cool guitar. Okay, onward. Here is my old Gretsch Electromatic. Most of these guitars are cheap guitars. I mean, the Fender's not the new Pro, but the rest of these are all kind of beater guitars. Some of them have new pickups, but I mean, most of them are just stock. All right. Same thing, middle position. This has like the black top Filtertrons. That's really nice for this because it's got like a bell ding ding in it that I can hear, and it doesn't have a lot of output. was almost going to chop this one too and just, you know, get rid of a lot of these and just, but this actually is really nice. That's the main guitar for probably 10 years that I wrote songs with. And I still use it because there's just something about it. It's light. It's easy to play. The intonation is just spot on. So it's kind of fun, and the neck is real firm. And I've got the Bigsby stopped on it. So you can do a lot of weird tunings with it, and it just holds its own. This is just an Epiphone Dot. And again, another like $300 guitar. It's like cheap sunglasses, cheap guitars. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Humbuckers, probably going to be a little bit more. Funny thing about this guitar, when I got it, this is a great guitar. This is a guitar that literally the moment I brought it home, I literally just tuned it and started recording with it. There was no rest time, no ramp up, and I thought, oh, these pickups are kind of like musty and like, I don't know if I'd say dark. But compared to like this guitar, this has WCR. This has got the American steel, like the Godwood in the bridge and the crossroads in the neck, and it's slightly overwound PAF, but it's open sounding. It's a really nice sounding Les Paul, and that had like a dark kind of, just, I don't know. There was like almost like a two-dimensionalness to the sound. And I was like on the Epiphone site or on the Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, should I, switch out pickups?" And a lot of people are like, "No, I just like the way it is." I switched out pickups, and I ended up going back to it. And like the next day, I had a session, and I used it, and it was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. It's like, it's different, but it did something for the song that I was working on that I didn't like as much with the Les Paul. Like the guitar was just like, it was almost like, it just sounded like lower IQ, just like darker. But the way it sat behind the vocal, it was perfect, man. It was absolutely perfect. So I kind of was like, all right, I'm just gonna leave it. Anyway, this is a WCR Les Paul built for me by my buddy Mr. Jim Wagner, and this is my main. This is I use this every dang day. Probably needs some strings. It makes me want to cry. This is such a great guitar, but different. This is not. It doesn't have it's the Les Paul, so different experience. Might as well just finish it off. We're not going to do here. So here, and this is going to be another video. We're gonna shoot out my two main Les Pauls that I use. I've got a Gibson Les Paul, but I've got 11s on it. It's in E flat. It's kind of was for my old band. I may end up revamping that one. Just putting 10s on it, setting it up. I may get that pickup out of there. It's got an old WB Fire, and it's a great pickup, but it was dark. It was the sound I wanted at the time, but that guitar is just kind of dead now to me. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Though that Gibson, that one thing is a pain in the butt to keep in tune. These are much easier, especially, yeah, these two both are super easy. All right, so this has got coil tapping. This has a Duncan a 59 custom hybrid. Great pickup. And it's got a 59 in the neck. So 59 custom 59 hybrid. It's kind of like not as heavy as a custom, but heavier than a 59. Perfect. And then a 59 in the neck. And it coil taps. So here's it in middle position with everything double coil, everything humbucker. Oh God, I hope I'm recording. Yeah. So now you can go and let's say we tap the bridge. That sound a lot. Now we'll just tap the neck. Care for that. And now we tap the both of them. I like the just tapping the bridge is nice. It's like almost like those Telecasters that have like, you know, bridge pickups, single coil, and then there's like a mini humbucker in the neck or some kind of other thing. Sometimes you get a P90. So this is with it tapped. I have the EQ in too. It makes me want to do this. Sorry about that. All right, great guitar. Epiphone, another beater. Though I put some money into this. All right. Oh my God, help me. I'm doing it. Who thinks this guitar is in tune? It has not been tuned. It's got dust on it. This is a Danelectro Purple Sparkle 12 string. We may just have to go with the temperature has been so all over the place. And sometimes if there's people in the studio, I try to keep the door open because, you know, try not to get the funk, right? Hope everybody's healthy. Should see brand new assistants try to tune these guitars. It's funny. Yeah, it's a little bit of an art. Gotta kind of mute the one string and then pluck up from it on the side of whatever string you're tuning. This is not going to be perfectly tuned, but close enough for rock and roll. All right, middle position, everything on. We'll shut the equalizer off. Pretty cool, man. It's got a little frequency that is cool, or if it's not cool, you can notch it out. You know. I wanted one of these. Look at this purple sparkle 12-string, and I don't know why I got some sort of a bug up my butt about getting a purple sparkle. I went onto eBay, and you know, I'm kind of a crazy person. Like when I want something, it's like, I gotta get it right this second. You know, call up Sweetwater. Can you deliver it in the next 10 minutes? There's places for people like me that we can heal. There's healing. You can heal the deal. But should I said that? So I found there was one for sale on eBay, and the dude lived down the street from me. I couldn't believe it. When I was in Raleigh, it said Raleigh. I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, where do you live?" And I'm like, "I'm on Six Forks. I'll come now and get it." And I think I got it with a gig bag for $300, and it just the strings were like rusted, and we just took it apart and cleaned it up and strung it. And I haven't used it that much though. You know, I see guys like you know, Mike Campbell and stuff. I just don't get that much use for it. I like it when they use it. Maybe I'll use it. I'm doing a couple pop things. I'll find a place to shoehorn it in. But anyway, that's the Triaxis preset from Austin Buddy. So that was all Axe Effects, and yeah, a couple of distressors going through my Burl B2. So there you go. Like and subscribe. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying to get some momentum with the videos, so that's why they're kind of simple, and you know, they're just screen capture. This is through ScreenFlow. I've got the blue whatever, you know, microphone here, and then I run out Pro Tools to whatever. And I know that you can do, you know, Soundflower, OBS, you can do it all internal. Every time I tried it, it was a pain in the butt. Also because I have a hybrid rig and multiple converters, so it's just done. I have no desire to work on that aspect of it. All right, like and subscribe.